Imagine drifting alone, 94,000 light-years from Earth, when suddenly you witness something no human was ever meant to see. A civilization so vast, so powerful, it moves entire stars like toys. A presence that rewrites everything we thought we knew about the universe and our place within it. This is the story of when I saw a Type 3 civilization and how it changed everything. The mission was routine, a deep space survey, cataloging systems on the galaxy's outer rim. Nothing ever happens out here. Until it did. At first, I thought it was sensor drift. But the readings stayed locked. A G-class star, 3 times the mass of our sun, was accelerating. Stars don't accelerate. Not like this. I disengaged autopilot and reoriented the forward array. The magnification sharpened, and my chest tightened. The star wasn't drifting through the void, it was being towed. An entire sun, chained in a cage of glowing arcs, dragged across the darkness like a lamp on a cosmic leash. And then I saw them. Not ships. Not asteroids. Planets. Worlds encased in luminous lattices, gliding in perfect formation around the moving star. Rumors from long-range listening posts flooded my mind, stories about a shadow in the stars. I thought they were myths. I was wrong. They didn't hail me. They didn't need to. The moment I entered their proximity, space itself felt heavy. Like the vacuum had grown dense, pressing against my hull. The background stars twisted, bending like light through water. And then my ship's AI, the voice that had been with me for years, simply stopped. Every display went black. Silence. For a fraction of a second, I thought I'd slipped into some kind of void, a pocket of nothing. When the screens flickered back on, they were no longer my screens. The interface had been rewritten in an instant, fractal patterns pulsing in gold and violet, symbols I'd never seen, yet somehow I felt I understood. They weren't speaking with sound. They were speaking directly to the part of me that recognized meaning without words. Over the next cycles, I realized the truth. This was no fleet. No empire of starships. This was an entire civilization spread across a galaxy. A civilization made up of colossal god creatures who had long surpassed the bounds of any single star. They owned the Milky Way. I saw these beings towering like living constellations, their bodies woven from energy and matter, encasing suns like jewels in golden cages. Constellations rearranged by their will into geometric alignments visible only from certain vantage points, messages written in the language of starlight. Nebulas sculpted by their massive forms into swirls of impossible color, vast as continents, delicate as breath. And their cities? They were not on planets anymore. They were planets, vast, living engines pulsating with the power of entire star systems. We have a name for this stage. Kardashev Type 3. Mastery over the energy of hundreds of billions of stars, commanded by these godlike creatures. And yet, I could feel they were still reaching for more. One day, if days have meaning this far out, they pulled me into a vision. I stood at the galactic core. Before me, a black hole 20 million times the mass of our sun. They had chained it. Jets of white-hot plasma spewed from its poles, but instead of letting them vanish into the void, they caught them in colossal magnetic conduits, guiding the energy outward like arteries feeding the galaxy's edges. The power was beyond numbers. Enough to run trillions of civilizations for eternity. And yet, they used it as just one part of something larger. I glimpsed the project, a structure spanning the galactic disk, threading thousands of systems in a luminous web. It was too vast for me to comprehend its purpose. In the moment I tried, they pulled the vision away. Across the galaxy, they had searched for equals. If there were others like them, they hadn't found them. Their rearranged constellations were not random art. They were beacons. Vast, slow messages, painted in the only medium that lasts across millions of years, the placement of suns. But if anyone was listening, they had yet to answer. I wondered, was I the first outsider they'd let see this? Or just one of countless wanderers they'd brushed with curiosity before sending back into the dark? And then, it happened. They turned their full attention on me. It wasn't a beam. It wasn't a scan. It was presence. It felt like my thoughts were being lifted from me, piece by piece, examined, and returned in a new arrangement. Memories, fears, hopes, all laid bare. There was no malice. No threat. Just curiosity. And then, visions. Earth, as it could be. Cities floating above oceans. Skies clear, powered by infinite clean energy. No war. No hunger. Then, Earth. Burning. Megacities turned to ash. Seas boiling under a blood-red sky. No words followed. The message was as sharp as a blade. This is the fork ahead of you. Choose wisely. Without warning, the link broke. The weight on my mind lifted. Before me, the formation of planetary ships began to drift away. Their star, still caged in its lattice, receded into the darkness, the glow dimming until it was indistinguishable from the countless other lights in the void. I tried to follow. Every course I plotted shifted. It was as if the galaxy itself bent to prevent me from catching them again. When I checked my ship's log, I found only one new entry. A transmission in perfect Earth Standard English. We are waiting. Three years have passed since that day. I haven't spoken of it. Until now. How do you tell people that you've seen God? That out there, beyond the reach of any fleet, there are beings who can sculpt galaxies like clay. And that they're watching us? Sometimes, late at night, I stare at the constellations. I could swear. Some of them look different. A few stars seem out of place. Like someone is slowly, patiently, writing in the sky. And I wonder, will we rise to join them? Or burn out? Before we ever earn the invitation. What we have witnessed is only the beginning. A Type 3 civilization commands a galaxy. But beyond that darkness lies a force unimaginable. A Type 4 civilization, wielding the power of entire universes. Power that could remake reality itself. The next step in cosmic evolution. A step we may not be ready for. The question is not if they exist, but when we will face them. Prepare yourself. The true scale of existence is about to be revealed.